So now that Oregon lost to Arizona State, in my opinion, the Pac-12 conference is screwed. They are not going to get a berth in the college football playoff, in my opinion. Even like a one-loss Utah team or a one-loss Alabama team, I think the committee actually picks Alabama. I really do. Utah is the only one-loss team left in the Pac-12. Now, Oregon will play Utah in the Pac-12 championship, and my guess is that Oregon will beat Utah, and then you'll have two teams with 2 losses in the Pac-12. It's just a death sentence. You're not going to make it into the college football playoff. And again, another year comes by, and another year where the Pac-12 conference cannibalizes themselves. They just beat up on each other. No team ever goes undefeated from the Pac-12, and it costs them entrance into the college football playoff. Every single year we see the same exact thing. Now, honestly, I think Oregon losing to Arizona State and now having 2 losses and being, I think, eliminated from college football playoff contention, I really think it's a blessing in disguise. It's a good thing for Oregon. Here's why. Here's the best case scenario now for Oregon. Before it was go be number 4th in the nation and go get destroyed in the college football playoff, lose to LSU or Ohio State. Like, that would not have been a close game. Oregon would have got embarrassed. It wouldn't have been fun. Now, guess what Oregon can do? Oregon can beat Utah and then go to the Rose Bowl and have a potential chance to play on New Year's Day and finish your season with a game that you win. Play against Minnesota, win the game in the Rose Bowl. That's a much better ending to your season. You have to ask yourself, would you rather go to the college football playoff and get murdered, or win with a victory and feel good about the end of the year by winning the Rose Bowl? I think Oregon, honestly, it's better for them if they just win the Rose Bowl and have a good end of their season. Now, honestly, I kind of believe that 4th seed in the college football playoff is kind of a trap. The top 3 teams in college football, put them in whatever order you want: LSU, Ohio State, and Clemson. And then after that, there are 4 teams left who have a chance to get that final 4th spot in the college football playoff. I don't know that you really want a spot in the playoff. Those 3 teams, LSU, Ohio State, and Clemson, they're all so good. There's not a lot of teams in the country that can compete with them. I don't think it's possible. Like, say if Utah goes to the college football playoff, they're the number 4 seed, they're going to get destroyed. They're going to play LSU and hang? No, they're not. They're going to get murdered by LSU. Baylor has no chance if they go undefeated and win the Big Ten. There's no way Baylor gets into the college football playoff and wins a game. There's just no chance. Now, Oklahoma, maybe. If Oklahoma goes to the college football playoff, they're the number 4 seed, and if LSU stays at number 1, because LSU's defense has some weaknesses, maybe Oklahoma could put up points on LSU's defense, because, again, they're limited. I think Joe Burrow wins the game anyways because he's so good, but maybe Oklahoma could be competitive against LSU, but just LSU, not against the other 2 teams in the top 10. Top 3, excuse me. Now, honestly, Alabama, even without Tua Tagovailoa at quarterback, Alabama, of all the options left, of Utah, Baylor, Oklahoma, and Alabama, the 4th option, I think Alabama's the only team that you could put into that top 4 and actually have a chance from the 4th spot to win a game. I think they're the only team that could be competitive. Here's why. Let's say, look, I understand that Alabama has this really annoying schedule where they don't play anybody good and they win easily against a lot of their games. And their only loss this year, however, is a 5-point loss to Auburn. But compare Oklahoma to Alabama. Who has more NFL guys, Oklahoma or Alabama? Oklahoma has maybe, 3? They have a defensive end who's good, a CeeDee Lamb, a great receiver. They have a quarterback, Jalen Hurts, who's probably a 2nd, 3rd round pick. And I guess maybe 4. Maybe they have a middle linebacker who some people like. Down the road might be I don't know. But let's say Oklahoma has 3 or 4 NFL players. Alabama has like 11. Alabama has an entire side of the football's worth of guys that are going to the NFL. It's not close. Alabama is significantly more dominant and physically gifted than Oklahoma, than Baylor, than Utah, than any other option you can put out there. What's the one team that could give LSU maybe a fighting chance? I hate to say it, but it's Alabama. Who's probably the fourth best team in the nation? Forget record, forget resume, all this other BS we care about. Forget the schedule, forget all wins and losses. After LSU, Oklahoma, and Clemson, what's the one team you have confidence could actually compete in that fourth spot? It's Alabama. It is Alabama. Well, you don't like that. I don't really love that. But that's the honest truth. Like the one team that's probably still the fourth best team in the nation despite their resume, it's Alabama. Alabama has the best chance to be competitive if they get into the college football playoff of all the other options left. Now, the reason why I didn't mention Georgia is because Georgia's going to play LSU in the SEC championship game. I don't think they have a shot. I think they get beat, and I think they lose to LSU.